Oh no. Hold on. Got a serious problem here. Let's see if I deactivate and activate. There we go. Whew, that was a close one. Thought the dog cam was dead. Alright, so you guys are all buffering up and all that stuff. So this is the time when I get to talk to the guys who are watching this on replay on YouTube. I did go and spend a little time this morning. No one had looked at the YouTube comments in maybe ever. So there was, I don't know why people do this, but there was one guy who had a racial slur in his name who was putting negative comments on everything. And then there's another guy who just went to every single video and said sigh. So I went and moderated those guys and removed them. But anyways, trying to keep up with that stuff and do a little bit better job of maintenance on it. And let's see, pop. And today, I am trying out a new thing. I got a chatbot thing going here. I didn't even know what chatbot was. I think Jack and Laz, or Jack had told me at least about chatbot, and I didn't know what he was talking about. He was Streamlabs chatbot, and I think I remembered Streamlabs, and I looked up Streamlabs, and found the Streamlabs OBS, which has some cool stuff to it. But then I found, just today I was reading up on some stuff and found Chatbot, which is by the same guys but has a bunch of other cool stuff, and that's how you do the giveaways. I think the thing that is most frustrating to me about the whole Twitch experience is that every time I need to go and learn something, I'm always like, the video I find is some 13-year-old who is telling me all about this stuff. So I've become the old man, having to learn all this stuff from the kids who are way cooler on this stuff than me. Alright, we got a few people in there. Let's see. Welcome, Christ Pallid, Vipera. These are all names I recognize. So, good news. Finally, I think I'm a little bit more with the times. I think you guys now get currency. That's right. You get currency for watching my stream. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but I think I have it set up so you get currency. They are called, the very creative, I know, points. You get points. And you get, let's see, you get some for 10 for rating, 10 for following. You get 50 on a sub. You get 5 on a host. You get 1 per hour, I think. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them, except it's another thing you guys can compete with, because I know how competitive you guys are. And you guys all want to be the high point people. Oh, and I just got, let's see. I just got, I'm way behind already. Remy Terriantha gave me a sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so far behind here. And I have Skittle Mustang with a follow. Thank you. Vil with a follow. Paul Fidelity with a sub. Thank you very much. Love the subs. Let's see if you get some points for that. I think you should be getting currency for doing a sub, right? Is that how that works? You get currency for a sub? I kind of thought that was how it works. But Legion of Myth, most valuable of all, with a raid of 31 people. Thank you so much for joining. Dubswub Raid with a raid of 3. Thank you very much. And B Striker for a follow. And today I have a special guest. Oh, thank you, Simon Laban, for sharing. We all love Duran Duran. Yes, dear. Today, Maxine is home with me, and she's having a pajama day.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm going to put her on the stream here, but she's been doing a great job of entertaining herself. And then she's going to be leaving me. And, yeah, amazing art. And she'll be leaving me, and I'll be able to talk to you guys and catch up on the chat stuff, right?
I'm
Okay. You're trying, yeah.
Dad, I want to tell you something.
Okay, hold on. She has to tell me something. After I'm done, sure. You can also go down and watch stuff on your iPad or play on your iPad. Don't forget. She's done an amazing job. She's the best 5-year-old bordering on teenager for entertaining. I worked all morning and went down there at lunchtime, and she had told Alexa to play dance music for her, and she was having her own little dance party and doing art. This is some of the art she made me. That's right. Right there. I'm not sure what it is, but it's involved a lot of glue and paper and cutting, so it entertained her for a while. Anyways, Grockling, thank you for the follow. So today I didn't have anything too specific to talk about. I was going to see, I know I got behind on questions last time because I was answering them all from the guild event I was at. But I think, hold on, I'm going to try something here. Let's see if this is working. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. There it is. Let's see. Did that do something? Yes! Yeah! Yeah! So not quite the same prizing that we do on the Friday streams. Those are a little cooler. But, again, as I continue to... I've been very open about the main reason I'm doing all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love the subs and the follows and the... especially all the bits and all the other stuff you guys give. But the main reason we're doing this is to increase exposure to the game. So the more of you guys we can keep in here and get on these streams, the better. So I decided I would go ahead and add raffles. Oh, I can see all the people who are entering. This is so cool. Sorry, I'm playing with the new toy, the chatbot thing. I'll get it queued up so you guys can spend your currency that apparently you will be getting at some point. Somehow. We'll see. But we'll see. Right now I'm not going to do any currency, or I'm not going to have anything cost any currency, and just let you guys rack up some points. And maybe at some point we'll do giveaways so you can do multiple entries into the contest with currency, which you earn by watching my stream. You also earn by rating. But yeah, you guys are piling into that giveaway. Good job. A lot of names in there. And in case the name wasn't clear on that, the giveaway is for actually one of these guys right there. Just happened to be standing right in front of one. One of the, you're not gonna let, oh come on. Anyways, right there, one of those things. The Magic Mirror Dungeon entrance. But I'll do some other giveaways too. Again, today is the first time I'm doing this for those who've been watching me lately. So just trying it out, and we'll see how it goes. But I'll have some, I'll do some other cool stuff too, like not just store stuff, but I'll craft up some stuff and who knows what. But today we will be starting with the Magic Mirror. Probably an hour into it, or less than an hour into it, I'll end that one and give that away. Yes, you're only seeing me, no game. Oh, yes, I'm pointing at things in the game that you can't see. There we go. For those who are wondering, that right there, you can't see it very well. But that thing right there is the thing you're getting. The winner will get. And that's a dungeon entrance. It looks like a magic mirror. They're nice because they don't take up that much room. They're not the best ones in terms of attracting people as we get a little further down the line on dungeon stuff and adding things, because remember, that's one of the things is making it so there can be donation chests, and there's actually reasons for having the dungeon and having the rating system. Most of that stuff should be coming online in Q2. So I'm very excited about it, and I think they'll continue to be a popular thing. One of the things I do is look at where people spend their time. People spend a lot of time on dungeon stuff, just playing in the dungeons, building the dungeons, and then also a lot of the times I also know what their they're out harvesting or they're doing stuff, but I can look and see what they're crafting, and they're spending a lot of the time gathering stuff to craft dungeon stuff. So you guys are definitely enjoying it. And again, looking for those follows. Oh, and let me try and remember all the things I'm supposed to tell you. So I probably should get some graphic up on screen to tell you this. Let's see. So the giveaways, since I just saw a question about that. The giveaways, just to keep it simple on me, I was just doing if you live in the United States and you buy a $85 pack, I'll send you some swag. I got a pile of the last guy's swag that I need to take to the post office, but I'm a homebody and don't leave the house. That's the one from this weekend. But if you spend $85 and you're in the U.S., then I will send you some swag, including coins and stickers and random crap from the office. Maybe you will be the lucky person to get a network cable that was used for Shroud of the Avatar development. Very special. You can show it to your friends; they'll be very impressed. But if you buy 2 of the $85 packages, I'll ship you a T-shirt. So I did do a little bit of thank you very much. Oh, I'm behind again. Spinock the Great for the follow. Thank you very much. Oni Chain Gaming. Yeah. Wasn't as tough as I thought it was going to be. But if you buy 2 of the $85 packages today during my stream, then I'll ship you a T-shirt. Now, so I did actually, because people were asking about it. Thank you very much, Karen Narvan, for the sub. Love the subs. Oh, where was I? Oh, I went and went through a lot of the T-shirts. So what I found is we have a bunch of extra larges, we have a bunch of mediums, we have a bunch of smalls, and we have a bunch of larges. We don't have any 2XLs, but I did locate 2 3XLs. And just to show you what some of these look like, because some people were wondering, I've actually sent a couple of these guys out already. But just so you can see what these T-shirts look like. Oh, it's got a sticker on it here. Let me see if I can get the sticker off without ripping everything up. These are what some of the types of shirts we have. So we've got some pretty cool ones. This is what one of the 3X guys looks like. So this is actually one of the shirts we did for when we did a 5K, a company 5K, and we got shirts. So we've got a couple of these. We've got 2 of them in 3XL, no 2XL of any size that I found yet. And then we've got a bunch. We've got some of those in smaller sizes. The other one we have a ton of are these guys. Oh, nope, these are the launch party shirts. I've got to save one of these for somebody that I know was at the launch party and didn't get their shirt. If you were at the launch party and didn't get a shirt, feel free to contact me. I think we only have these in large and medium. No, don't even have any XLs in these. But we only have a few of these, so I'm kind of giving those away sparingly. And then the one we have a ton of, if I can find one, is these are the ones we have a bunch of in XLs. That's the Dennis Loubet cover art with, in black and white with just the red blood on the hands. Star designed these, I believe. He came up with a color pattern and figured out what we were going to do with them. For those who haven't done much with T-shirts, they charge you by the color a lot of times, so you can get away with just a couple colors. And they also have better ink options for what they can do with it to make them more durable. If you go with like a bazillion colors, just print a photo on there. I think lots of people have had those cheap photo shirts where it just, 3 washes and it peels off. Lazarus Long was at the launch party. I can confirm this. He claims he never got a T-shirt. Uh, do I believe him? I might believe him. So I'm going to put aside all of the launch party t-shirts until we make sure that people who were there actually got them. Lazarus does quite a few good things for us. He is our favorite critic, along with Jack, on their daily show. And Laz, send me an email with your, if you can wear large. You seem like you could probably wear large. Send me an email with your home address, and I'll ship you one for free. Bam. Also, for those who are wondering on shipping, I have been doing some more shipping. I've been super consumed with, one, the streaming stuff, because I was trying to get us to partner before our hours expire, because you have to have like 25 hours within a certain period, and just our normal Friday streams, if we just did that, we'd never make it there. So I've had to crunch a little bit on doing the live streaming stuff. And it's also been bringing in a lot of new people. I've seen a ton of people coming in through the streams. But I have been doing some box shipping. For those who are saying, what, do you have time to ship a t-shirt but don't have time to ship my box? Absolutely, because I can ship a t-shirt in about 30 seconds, as I demonstrated last time. Laz, you can just mail me in the forums, or you probably know my email address. You can just send me an email. Don't send it to support. Oh my God, no, don't go to support. More on that in a second. But yes, so to ship a t-shirt takes 30 seconds. I was doing it on stream last time. To ship the boxes, it's taken me about 5 to 10 minutes for each one of them. I'm sure I'll get better, but part of it is I plan on like having this be my little shipping space here, and see my little shipping table back there. Well, the number of things I have to have out at one time is crazy, because like I look at a box and there's like 15 different things that go into it that I have to take from 15 different boxes. So we will probably, I'll get some of those shipped by myself. I'm going to look for the easy ones and try to do them a section at a time. And but we'll probably have to do the shipping party thing that I've mentioned a few times, where I'm going to invite people over, come over for steaks and grilling. And also we're all going to sit down and ship 10 boxes, 20 boxes each. Oh, I'm getting messages everywhere. Oh, hold on, let me check. Reminder, it's actually still worky stuff going on. This morning I actually, as my usual crazy self, I had stuff that was on my brain and I couldn't get back to sleep. And then there's this thing that happens between me and this dog. Can you see the dog? See how, nope, can't quite see him. Let me adjust. That guy right there. For those who are new to the stream, this is Mojito. He's my sidekick. He helps me work. But when I start moving a little bit because I'm thinking and not sleeping, he can sense that and he says, time to get up, let's go eat. And as soon as he decides it's time to go eat, he's not going back to bed. And so then I usually get up. So this morning I actually started work at 1:30 in the morning. Good times. So in theory that means I'm done by 9. Oh, Star just reminded me I need to get the combat changes in for R64 post. Star, I will do that after the stream. I'm sure he's watching. But anyways, yes, we will be doing some more shipping. I have done some more shipping. I'm trying to figure out how to make it go quicker. But the way that things were set up, it's pretty much a nightmare to try and do it, especially in a small space like this. So I'm probably going to have to take everything downstairs and try to ship a bunch at a time. I agree. Chill out, Darkstar. I'm busy. Let's see. What else do we have? So again, the $85, if you buy an $85 crown thing during my stream, you can get swag. And if you buy 170, if you buy 2 of the $85 ones, you can get a free t-shirt and some swag. And swag will definitely include coins, multiple coins, and some other stuff. Hey, Rufus. And also, there's a couple people who did it last time that I didn't do it during the stream. I probably should have, but I did not do it during the stream. And I sent off emails, and I think I'm still missing 2 people. I think 1 t-shirt person and 1 non-t-shirt people. So those guys who bought some during the stream last time, check your email that you are registered with, because I emailed you to get addresses on things. Because I don't have access to your addresses. They may be in the database somewhere, but I have no idea how to find them. But I can go and dig around and find them. But if our address stuff was so great, then you guys would have all your boxes by now. And we've seen how that's gone. Did I get, let's see, Omnida Ching, I did get their follow. Carnavon. Thank you very, very much for the sub. Again, love the subs. And Viper Mortale, one of our frequent flyers. Thank you very much. And again, for those people who are just joining in today and who've been in here before, I think I have currency stuff. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Kind of still waiting. Is it working? Maybe? Let's see. Maybe it's working. We'll see. Hopefully. Maybe. But there is the giveaways. If you do a raffle, thank you again, Artemis, another one of our frequent flyers. If you do the raffle thing, I'm giving away a dungeon. One of, I moved away from it. A dungeon entrance, mirror dungeon entrance. It's a 2,500 crown thing in the store. And I'll mail that right in game right when I do the drawing. And I'll go ahead and say I'm going to do the drawing. Just because I'm trying to figure this stuff out, I'll do it at 2:30. But I'm going to answer questions for the next 10 minutes and see how many I can get through. Because I'm way behind already. I can't even get back up to the top because there's so many spams of raffle, 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 raffle. I see some people criticizing the restaurants. For those who don't know, there's some competing restaurants here in Ordinus Mortis that I think it was List Travis who set up a restaurant for some stream or something to show off role-playing, and somebody else set up a competing restaurant in the same town. So there's competing restaurants in the same town. They're all very nicely themed, though. I'll go over here and take a look at them. But yeah, this was used for some role-playing events and some stream stuff just to show off what you could do with the deco. Man, it's so nice. It needs more tables, though. If you do the math on a restaurant, you got to have a lot of tables. There's no way he's going to stay in business with that few tables. Oh, he's got some more out here. Okay, this is better. I like the outdoor seating. Go out there and get a beer. So I'll be doing... Oh, and there's grass. Look at that. There's grass sticking through a park bench there. All right. I'm going to sit down here and do the stream from here today. Back to questions. Yes, Legion Myth, you might want to repeat what you typed earlier, because if it was an important question, definitely I missed it because of all these scrolling from the raffles. Question, I'm building a dungeon and there are so many types of rooms, connections, and so few transition pieces. Can we get a neater way of blending types of blueprints or more transitions? Yeah, and I've been adding, I haven't even thought about adding more transition pieces. All the stuff I look at is what can I do to get encounter rooms in there, just because that's the thing I'm working on. I kind of leave the polish and that type of stuff to Travis, because he does such a better job with art. Again, I think I mentioned it on the last stream, but if you want to know the styles, I made the Rise, which is pretty much just grabbing a bunch of dungeon pieces and putting it together in an interesting way. Travis made the Fall, which was grabbing a bunch of dungeon pieces, putting them together in an interesting way, and making it beautiful. But Travis is the guy that makes stuff pretty, so he's normally does 2D art, he does 3D art, he does particle effects, he does dungeon stuff, he does scene building. He does it all, so I leave those to him. But yeah, I can try to get some more connections in there. That's one of the things I agree we are missing, and having some. Trying to think if there's any cool things I could do with like packaging some of those together. I can do because I'm a dev and I can just cheat and stuff. I'll give out some dungeon stuff later, not blueprints for dungeons, but I'll actually give away some rooms later. How about that? That'll be my next giveaway after I do this one in 4 minutes. We'll only do a few more questions. Do we qualify for the giveaway if we spend a total of $80 for Kodos, or does it have to be the package only? I'm only, if I do the others, it's just the way our stuff works. It's really hard for me to keep track of who bought what and when. And if you start doing it in multiple packages, it gets really tough for me to see because there's so many different little things that come in every little purchase, and I have to start trying to figure out how to put those guys together. Because I'm actually not diving into the database to pull this information. I'm diving into some web page status stuff that pulls from a massive database, and it's crazy slow. Taslo has done a good job making that stuff run lean, but yeah, the back-end tools for us are crazy slow. So if you have done that already, USNC Online, if you have already spent that, feel free to message me and I'll probably go ahead and hook you up. But as a rule, no, the $85 is kind of what I'm doing just because it's simplest for me. And I'm trying to minimize my wasted time on this stuff. Question. Oh, I should be using this chat bot to see all my chat. Look at all that stuff. Oh, this looks great. Oh, look, hold on. I got to figure out some more of these things. There's a timeout. I can give you a purge. Whoa, ban. Nice. And again, sorry, I'm still figuring out the streaming stuff. We'll see how it goes in a minute when I do this giveaway. Oh, and my plan is, I wonder if there's a mailbox around here. My plan is to just mail these like right then. You give me your in-character or the name you want me to send it to, and I'll send it to that person right here on the stream. Because if we don't do it that way, I will forget about it, and you will never get it. Let's see. So yes, we do absolutely need some more dungeon pieces, some dungeon transition pieces. We have a fair set of other stuff. But yeah, we need some dungeon transition pieces. Let me get my notes out again. For those who are also new to the stream, I do take notes on these things, and I do act on the notes. Dungeon transition pieces needed. Got it. Let's see. Going down the list here. Yeah, and for the transition pieces for like gray dungeon stone to tan dungeon stone to those things. Yeah, we're working on getting transitions where they'll automatically be added. Now the caveat to that is we're working on adding those. It may be something where you have to go and pick up the piece and put it back down again to get it to snap to fix itself. But I think we can do it just on dungeon load. We'll look for those things and have the parts that can turn on for those. Let's see. And yeah, that's something that we are definitely doing. We've already worked on the tech for it, and it's just one we need to go back and hook up the data. I saw somebody saying that there's a difference between that's a neat idea and we're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing the auto transition stuff, just because, again, if we don't, you guys can make dungeons that look crappy, and we don't want our game looking crappy. Let's see. Dungeons, go figure, lol. So when the convert recipes for encounter decos appear, will it be like totems, discoverable, or will it be farmable, not viable? It'll probably be... I could add them to drops, but I want them to just be discoverable because they're all going to be the same basic thing. I have not actually added those recipes. That's actually on my short list to do today. I got all the essences are on creatures now. That'll be in the next QA build. I've got 42 new creatures done. I've got some of their loot updated. That's actually what I'm working on now, is updating their loot. Oh, I'm falling behind again. Sinesh Kazagal, 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. Like seeing those 4-digit ones show up. Yeah, so that's next on my list, is to get the recipes for transitioning between them, because I'm going to have blueprints for each of the 2 different types drop, and then you'll be able to convert between the 2 of them. But yeah, it'll probably be a discoverable, and I can also put in recipes. When I make it so it's discoverable, we already have the recipe. I have to have the thing that drops anyways. The only time I save by not putting it in the game as a drop is the time it takes to go and put it onto stuff. So I'll probably put it in the game, and I may just be lazy again and throw it in supply bundles or something like that. Put it in gray supply bundles. Let's see. Felden Grimshaw, I was also at the launch party and did not get a shirt. Again, uh, mail me. I know of 2 people. You're now the 3rd person who was at the launch party that did not get a shirt. I'm not even sure where we gave away shirts. Kron SC, question, update on IL2 CPP. Will you try again for this release or leave it until next release? So the plan, so we had a couple plans. My plan was to, we have 3 big transitions we're trying to make right now in terms of performance stuff we're turning on for Unity. The first was moving from Unity 2018 to 0.2 to 2018.3. That brings a few new optimizations, the few new performance things. Oh, hold on. The governor is messaging me. Minerva says she is crashing my stream. Yes, that is okay. Where was I talking? What the hell was I talking about? Hold on. Oh, IL2 CPP. That's right. So the first thing is we've switched over to Unity 2018.3. Again, that's one of the reasons we wanted lots of people in QA and we want them to try and play like they normally play on live, is because we're trying to evaluate the stability issues that come along with these things. Because every time we've tried turning on performance features, it results in decreased stability. So we're trying to see. So far, 2018.3 appears to be better than 2018.2, which would be a first. We tried turning on IL2 CPP, and I actually went and tried it, and the hitching was down very noticeably. But like just running through towns, like even like the first load on stuff, things seemed smoother. The frame rate was up by about 10%, and again, it seemed better, and just generally it felt better, which is, I think, more attributed to the lack of hitching or reduced hitching. And I, of course, cheered and celebrated. I zoned around, and then it never crashed. It was awesome. And then as soon as we tried the non-GM client, it crashes on load, and it can't even get into the game. So One and Only is looking at that now. Since it's coming in so late, we're not going to try to turn it on for QA again. We're going to wait until live goes out, and then we're going to see how 2018.3 is going, because there's always a chance we need to roll back 2018.3. But assuming 2018.3 sticks and it does not decrease stability much, then the next thing is we'll do a build probably next, a week from today, Monday, and roll out IL2 CPP and see how that goes with stability. Again, because we want performance, we like a lot of this stuff. Alright, I have no idea what these guys are doing here. Something is clearly going on here. Yeah, we like the performance, but stability is more important. We can't have a 10% or 20% drop in stability, just get 10% more performance. But anyway, so next Monday we're going to try turning on IL2 CPP again as the current plan. And we'll probably have it on for a day, and if it goes poorly, we will probably turn it off. And my boss is here. What's up, boss? What? Oh, was that for me? That's for mommy? Oh, that's great for mom. Let me show the people up there. You're having a lot of fun with the scissors and glue. Alright. I gotta get back to my stream, little girl. Thank you for being such a good girl and entertaining yourself. So then IL2 CPP is the second thing. So 2018.3 is in QA. IL2 CPP is not on QA right now. It was, or it wasn't, because we tried to roll it out and it was auto crash. We're going to try to roll that out again on Monday and see what that does to our stability. If it doesn't crater stability, we will leave it on. It brings a number of improvements to the game in terms of performance. If that sticks, then the next one we'll turn on is we're going to go back and try and take another pass at the streaming textures. For those who don't know, that is when you enter into a scene, instead of, if you look at all these textures, rather than it sending in, like what it does normally is it sends in all the texture. So it'll be the big version of the text or texture. You know, imagine this wood table. It'll be the big version of the wood texture. The next version down, the next version down. Like each size down is a half by half, so a quarter the size. And those are used for, it's called MIP mapping. But oh wait, I'm getting messages from somebody. AV, absolutely yes to your question about getting more than one shirt. Absolutely. That sounds like I will not say anymore because I don't want to give anything away. But you can send me the addresses whenever you're done with it. Again, for those who don't know, the reason there's a Mojito cam here is because that's to block out my chat so I can continue reading my chat there. But anyways, the streaming textures, what that does is instead of it loading like all 9 versions, the full size version, the next size down, the next size down, the next size down, the next size down. My hands aren't high enough so you can see this doing the thing. But it actually loads the smaller versions and it can keep a buffer. So rather than loading the highest version, so on video cards that only have 1 gig of RAM or 512 gigs of RAM, or on video cards that use shared memory, like they use system memory, which some laptops do, some of the integrated, like a Intel 4000. Oh, I feel bad for you if you're playing on one, but they're out there and they do run the game. So we're trying to, that's one of the things that will really help their performance, because they end up being memory bound and memory bandwidth bound. And if you're on a low memory video card, you end up with lots of in and out copying and moving stuff around. Artemis Sacrifice, thank you very much for another 100 bits. I must have said something you liked. But anyways, the streaming textures will be coming back. That did show a significant performance improvement. When we had it on, it just decreased stability. So hopefully we can get that back on. With all 3 of these things, assuming they all stick, we could easily see 20% better performance in some of the bad situations. All right, now I got people in here just trying to make my stream look bad here. Do I kill this person or do I leave him alone? Sitting back down on my park bench. Oh my goodness, I'm way past my my giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. Let me keep track of where I am. This is good. Because I have multiple windows now, I can keep one that's at the very bottom and one that's wherever I've last been answering questions. Let's do that giveaway. You guys ready? Who's excited? I am. Here we go. I'm closing the giveaway. Closing the giveaway. Drum roll, please. Let's see. I'm picking a winner. And the winner is... Did it do something? Hex, you have won! Please speak up in chat. Here's the challenging part. Hex, you have to find some way to get me your in-game character name that you want me to send this to. If you're in-game, you can tell me. If you don't mind outing yourself as to who your character is, you can just say it on there. If not, you'll have to message me or something and I'll send it to you. I'm watching. See if Hex will out himself. I think you can also message me. Probably a way to do a private message. Oh, it's Hex. Okay. Does anybody know where a mailbox is around here? Excuse me. Pardon me for leaving the party early. I'm going to cheat. Meow. Pretty sure that's my place. There it is. Uh-oh. Let me see. Oh, we got a town upgrade in there. That's good. Somebody's upgrading a town. Let's see. Send mail. Hex. Let's see. Dungeon. What have I got in here that's a dungeon? Oh, I got lots of junk in here that's dungeon stuff. I think some of these are supposed to come with it. I don't know which ones though. I'll send you some of this crap too. Let me see. Near. I think most of these are part of it. Ancient stone. I don't even know which ones are which. It doesn't look like the... Oh, there it is. Magic mirror dungeon entrance. There we go. Okay, there we go. There's some blueprints and some crap. Ah, come on. 10 items. Let me see if I got the right one up. I didn't. Load 1. Hold on, I gotta try again here. Hex. And I'm not sure why we only allow sending 10. Let me pause 1 second and make a note. Allow more than 10 items in mail. Damn it. Yeah, and that's so people don't use it for storage. I gotta pay per piece though, so you're paying per item you put in there. So I don't think it'd be too bad of a problem. Just gonna send you some more random crap there, Hex. Load 2. Congrats. And done. Now we got to figure out what I'm going to give for my next round. And Hexos will be waiting for you. Famines, yeah, I'm going to get somebody to up that. That when things annoy me, especially when I'm streaming, they get fixed pretty quick. And let me do the next giveaway. Let me think about what I'm going to give out for the next giveaway. Let's see. Got a few. Ooh, nice. Something I bought in game there by Elrond. Elrond makes good stuff, which I guess makes sense since it wasn't it Elrond that reforged the blade in Lord of the Rings? It was the elves definitely, but I thought it was him. What do you guys think? What should I be getting here? Ooh, dungeon props. All dungeons all the time. Potion of growth. Ooh, I could do some of those. Bank upgrades. Can't do those. Outdoor decorations. Oh, these are on sale. I'll do these. Titan statue pack. These are very nice. That'll be next. Setting that up right now. Reset. Titan statue pack, or 3-pack. And I'll try to do this one in like 16 minutes or whatever. Bam. Open. Back to questions. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna try to. Here's another one. I'm gonna try to do. Timer. Giveaway. Time. I don't know what that is. I don't know how this works. All right, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out some of these stream things. I need a way to go practice without 100 of you guys cramming into my chat. Although I do appreciate 120 of you, 121 cramming into my chat. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're giving out stuff to streamers. Let me go while I'm thinking about that before we go back and answer some questions while you guys scroll the chat again with your raffles. If you are a streamer, again, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to promote the game. I'm trying to make sure people know more about the game and know more about the features. Because I'm still getting used to it and I'm still pretty new at it, I'm not doing too much on educational type stuff, but I'm going to start shifting these to be more educational in terms of showing off game features, demonstrating game features. and showing you guys how to do stuff in game. So, but again, that's all to expand the audience of the game is where I'm going with that. And you guys being streamers is super important to us. That's super helpful to us. That's again the thing we lack. The only thing we lack is a lot of users in the game and a good way to attract users. We are doing some advertisements. We're not doing a ton of advertisements because again, we still have some more cool stuff we want to cram in. We want to get. We've got so many different like performance things that are right on the edge of making the game feel better, and we don't want to spend too much advertising. But anybody you guys can get into the game through streams is awesome. I think streams are the best way to expose people to the game. They get to see, it's one of those challenging things. If you've seen, like our Steam reviews are obviously poopy, but that's generally because it's a game. Any game that takes a long time to get into is going to get poopy reviews on Steam because it's very much the modern way of playing things. Is try it for a minute, and if you don't like it, then move on to the next game. There's 100 games to play. That does not make it easy to have a good start to the game. Players don't really get into the game until they've spent like an hour or two. So unless they're dedicated enough to spend an hour or two, they don't get to see the stuff that really makes them want to stick and stay. Because we're doing all the tutorial stuff, and it's honestly not that sexy right up front, even though we've redone it a few times. It's actually kind of the same phenomenon that has been around for those who are old enough to remember the days of albums and CDs and tapes versus the modern era of just random streaming. Is in the old days, if you spent money, if you were spent $15 on a CD or a tape or an album or whatever, then because you spent money on it, you're going to listen to it. You're going to give it 2 or 3 tries. I mean, even if you don't like it the first time you listen to it, you're going to come back and listen to it several times because you've invested some money in it. That is kind of true, like in games too. Like same thing with music in the modern days, because you want to listen to something, you give a song one chance. If you don't like it, you never listen to it again. And you don't have to because you didn't invest anything in it. But there's a lot of times the quality of things doesn't come out until you've actually invested some time in it. Again, it takes me a long time to get to my point, but that's my point, is we're a game that has a ton of quality to it and a ton of things to enjoy, but you're not going to see them in the first 10 minutes of the game. The real true quality doesn't come out until you've invested some time in it. Just like in the old days with albums, that there were musicians who were really liked, but it's because you bought the thing. You never liked it the first time. I mean, that's like a lot of like Bob Dylan stuff and other older really classic musicians. If they'd been in modern days, they probably would not have any following at all because people would listen to them one time and cast them off because it really takes some investment. So we're a type game that takes some investment of time to really discover why it's amazing and awesome. So that's where you guys come in, because with a stream, you can kind of show them more of the awesome stuff, explain the awesome stuff. They get to see the awesome stuff. And they may come in and not enjoy the first 10 minutes of the game, but they know that there's something good right behind that. So they're going to stick with it. Let's see. Yes, I have 400,000 kodos. I cheat. And I take all your kodos and then spend them on stuff and send it back to you. Let's see. Dungeon rooms that drop deco ones. Yeah, and there's going to be... So the change is probably going to be... And we're still debating this internally, but the change is probably going to be... There's going to be... All the ones that exist right now, the deco ones, will stay deco ones. And there's going to be additional blueprints. It'll start being split between some deco and some encounter. And then they'll each be craftable, and that way you guys it won't screw up your existing rooms, because I've already been to a bunch of dungeons that are using the encounter rooms and they're all decoed and filled out with stuff. We don't want to destroy that, so instead we're going to have it turn into, that's a whole second version, but you can convert from one to the other. The thing we're debating is whether or not, since we're going to be dropping both types, is whether or not we put like some crowns that you have to pay to convert them. That's kind of usually our thing, where we're okay with charging crowns, is when it's a convenience thing. It is a you messed up, or you just want to change and you're not willing to work for it. So instead, okay, pay a few crowns to take it off. So that's kind of one of those where it's borderline, but we're still discussing it. But it may be like to convert a non-encounter room to an encounter room. Well, it'll be 500 crowns, or to go from an encounter room to non-encounter room, it'll be 500 crowns. So, but again, we're going to have them dropping both coming up in this release. Let's see. Raffle, 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 spam, 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 spam. Oh my god. Spam, 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 spam. Okay, let me get down. I think I'm down to the questions. Let's see. Legion of Myth. Howdy, Legion. Oh, am I behind? Nope, I'm actually caught up on all the follows and the bits. Give me some follows, people. Where are my follows? Legion of Myth. Question. To incentivize sale of player-crafted items at a vendor for insertion into the tool system, or loot system. Oh, this is actually, we call them merchants. I'll give a detailed description of this in a minute for those who don't know about this. Could the gold price received scale with the quality of the crafted item? And that still has not been done. Oh, and again, I'm horrible at this because I stop reading when I get to the part where I know what he's going to say, but I don't explain to you. Right now, the things do not scale well with the cost of the gold. Does not scale up. Like you may have a +5 thing or +7 thing, and it doesn't scale up very well to compare with the actual cost of the item. And that is one that's been on the why isn't this done list for a long time for me. So the reason he was asking this, Legion of Myth, of course, one of our top streamers. In fact, I think he dumped 30 people in here with a raid when I started this stream today. But the thing he's talking about is merchants. So for those players who are new or haven't heard us talk about this, I don't think we really advertise it anywhere. It's just been something we've talked about on streams than we did. And some players really like it, but I think ideas like what he just threw out are important to help encourage players to sell items to the merchants so that this happens more. So the system is, when you sell an item to a merchant, if it is something of value and it's a player crafted thing, then it goes into a loot table. And then when you kill creatures, anybody kills a creature anywhere in the world, it has a chance to pull an item out of that loot table. So this is why you get occasionally you'll pick up gear and it'll be somebody crafted by another player. It's +5 gear or +7 gear. Or +3 gear. I know that like half of the ones that show up are, here's another +3 bear hat. Yay, bear hats. I also know the reason for all that too, but yeah. So you can actually get items that other players craft. So it also, as I've mentioned this before, I forget who it was, I think Arca or somebody was saying that they, whenever they get an item that was dropped by another player, they always mail it back to them with a note saying, this item sucks. So that's your other option if you want to. When you get an item, you can mail it back to the person who crafted it and complain to them about how bad they are. Let's see, I'm going to get through a few more questions. But yeah, that would be good. Oh, and let me make sure I got a note on that to bump that up in priority. That's one of those that it's got to just keep getting kicked because I know it's on the list. Increase gold value of items, of enchanted items. Check. Let's see. Do. Let's see. Yeah, the Steve Ranch said the first 1,000 hours are the toughest. Yes, that is the thing. But really, what we've seen is it's not the 20 hours to get in. It's really if they can get through the first 4 hours or so is kind of where like they're over the hump and they're doing something. Now, a lot of it depends on the players because there's some players who come in and they really just try to dig deep and do everything and examine everything, and it takes them 3 days to get through the outskirts at that rate. So those guys are, it takes them long to get going. But for most players, once they get into the outskirts and they do a little bit in the outskirts, and hopefully don't hit a buggy quest. Those guys usually stick. Alright, let's see. And yeah, looking at the numbers, like normally when you look at things, you expect like bell curves for distributions. We look at the hours played distribution. Like most things in life, you expect a bell curve. Of course, this is more of a bell curve of the type where it starts with like 0 hours. If you imagine 0 hours is down here, and this goes up to, you know, thousands of hours. As you would expect, the curve is pretty much like huge up here on like the 0 to 2 or 3 hours played, dropping way down. But then the part that's interesting about our graph is then you get up into the 1,000 to 5,000 hours played, and it starts going back up again. That we have, you know, I don't even know how many hundreds of players with more than 4,000 hours played, but there's tons and tons of people. So it's an interesting chart. I've done it before, and we've got some tools to show that off. And maybe that's one of these days I'll just dedicate a stream to nothing but me showing off numbers in our data metric stuff. That'd be a fun one. And yes, Rod of Torment, Mojito does have dreams, and he'll sit there and, you know, do his riding the bicycle, and you can see him like fighting or whatever playing his dreams. And then when he has a really good dream, he's over there making noises. Let's see. Reward nuke from public vendors should go into the pool too. Reward type items that get nuked from public vendors should go into the pool too. I'm trying to think what reward type items means. Elvin was reward type items means. Let's see, going down the list there. So it'd be great to have marble rather than just granite. Yep. Yeah, we need some more connections. We need more hallways. We need more interesting hallways. We need more in-betweens to hook up the rooms, and more stone types. And the stone types go pretty quick. And a lot of those we can do the whole, you know, really just changing out a texture is how quick it is. And we should do some more of those. Famines, 2 months, nearing 400 hours. Yeah, there's, if you multiply that times 2 years, you know, there's people in there with 4,800 hours. It's crazy how much. And let's see, we are just about, I think I'm caught up on questions thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys doing raffle, and scrolling my questions up, so I missed a lot of the questions. Let me see if this chat bot has an infinite scroll back. Hey, it does. Looks like this has, no, it does not go all the way back. Ooh, that's something I could give out. I could give out a Lich Totem on my next prize name. Huh? I'm good about that. I think that's a good one. Carnivon has, that's an interesting idea. Question/suggestion. Pigeon pet that will function as a mailbox whilst on the move. That'd be a neat thing, is to have one where you can send a pigeon you can send mail with. Yeah, that's kind of a neat idea, actually. Alright, I'm scrolling back down. Okay, let's see. Will we ever get group experience for taming strong pets? For instance, it takes a few people for me to tame an obsidian destroyer. They should be rewarded as well. The people you're taming with, yeah, I guess that's true. They don't actually get anything for taming. Well, I mean, a lot of times you end up killing one or two before you get them tamed, so they get a little bit of experience. I'm not sure how we'd hand that out. It's one of those things that, again, there's a lot of things that are good ideas, but it would be tough to figure out how to actually make it happen and make it something not exploitable. So much of our time is spent on the making it not exploitable, figuring out designs that are not exploitable. As we always say, there's reasons we cannot have nice things. So Let's see. Catching up here. Yes, and exploits. This is why we can't have nice things. That's constant. A lot of I think I mentioned this 2 streams ago, but a lot of the times when we make changes, and you guys are like, "Why the hell did you make that change? That was stupid for you to make that change." Uh, Almost every one of those times when we make a change like that, it's because we're trying to put some duct tape over an exploitable design issue that came up. One of the more recent ones that I know most people didn't have a problem with, but a few people were infuriated by it, was the Solania catacombs. So the real problem with that scene is it was a nice little catacomb scene. I made it, by the way. It was one of my 4-hour tests to see what type of map I could make in 4 hours. But at some point, someone went in and put a boss mob into the scene. I mean, I think they were given directions to do that. So they put a demon right near an entrance, so you can actually enter into the scene. And of course, it loads super fast, because that was another one of the things. My goals was to make it load super fast. All right.
You see, I added some decorations.
Oh, you added some decorations. That's cool.
On the front.
Man, you're making some small triangles there. That's good for your eye-hand coordination, and your gluing skills are amazing. Save that one for Mom. All right. Shoo. So the real problem is that it was kind of a design flaw, that a scene that loads really quick and has a boss creature with nothing guarding it, nothing in the way, that is 15, 20 seconds run from the entrance. So yeah, of course people are going to be figuring out ways to reset it and zone in, charge the boss mob, fight it, nothing in the way, kill it, take the loot, leave, come right back and do it again, and once every 3 minutes. So that was one. The real problem was, like, we shouldn't have boss mobs that are 15 seconds from an entrance with nothing in the way. You should have to earn the right to fight a boss mob. But the fix for it, for those who didn't know, the thing that we actually put in there, we tried a few things first, but the thing we ended up with was making it so the door is locked and you have to get keys that are destruct when you use the key. They're one-use keys, and the elves in the catacombs drop the keys. And it's I think it's worked out pretty well. I think it's one of those where people raged immediately, but everybody kind of gets it, and they know it's probably a better fix. It's a better situation than what was in there before, where it's just endless farming of a boss demon thing. But yeah, I mean, it also, there's a lot of stuff I like about that type of fix too, because it gives players who are lesser players, who can't go and take the demon easily, like a few people can, they have the opportunity to go and farm all these elves, that are mid-tier, and they actually get experience for it, and they get some keys. Oh look, let's draw stuff's in the chat. I don't know if your ears are burning, List. I was talking about you making some dungeon stuff, because I make stuff that's ugly. I told them, for the example was, I made the rise and you made the fall. So you make the pretty stuff. Let's see. Cypher 1 Black, we're in Q2. I would expect us to have a bunch more stuff for chest. Some of the things we've been wanting for a long time. So we'll see if we can get that in there. And that is, Cypher Black, his question was, hi, I noticed the special public chests that are placed in the dungeons cannot be set up so that anyone can remove items, like when they're set up on a pots. That's not intentional, and that we need to get that fixed. But again, we're going to be hitting a bunch of chest priority stuff here in Q2. Chef 311, you can still sit in the dungeon room, same thing. You can, but the dungeon, or the demon, has a fairly long respawn. The reason we had to go look into it is because all of our, we keep little meters on stuff to see what people are getting, and there were some people who were on a 3-minute cycle, and that they would zone out, reset the instance, zone back in, get to them, kill them, loot everything, get back out within 3 minutes and be back in again and kill them. So they're killing once every 3 minutes. If it's a 15-minute, wait and you have to stand there and wait for them, that doesn't really break too many things. It's really the guys who are just insane, crazy skills. Let's see. Lesney asks, when do we get gunpowder and rifles? That is actually on the list, and I'm trying to remember why I didn't pull that out last time. Did I not have one? Hold on one second. Let me see. Maybe I'm trying to remember when the last time I tried to show this off was. Hold on. I'm trying to open Unity. Pray for me. Gun. Kobold. Hold on one second. I think I can show something. Trying to find the Kobold gun. Tesla gun. Man, I'm not finding it. Anyways, we do have Tesla guns and we have them set up. The challenge that comes up from adding the guns in, it'd be less of a problem with the guns that fired pellets. But it's the VFX. We have to go and set up the VFX again for every combat skill, for every range skill. So you can imagine, like right now, you do rapid shot. Do I have a bow? Yeah, I've got a bow. You do rapid shot, and you look at all the different stuff, and you do multi-shot. Waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. But we'd have to redo the VFX for each one of these to match the weapon type, or else it would look just horrible. You can imagine that if that were, bullets, and then like you got a lightning gun and it shoots lightning, and lightning and lightning and lightning, and then all of a sudden you do that and it shoots something totally different looking. So yeah, we're trying to. That's one of the things. That's the challenge with adding those in. We just haven't had time. Again, I mentioned last stream, Damon is completely underwater. Travis, of course, has tons and tons of time, right, List? But he can do some great VFX, so maybe we'll get him on him soon. No, he says no. That's weird. I thought you had tons of time. Let's see. Soda Vespers, question, are you aware that PvP ransoms are pulling entire stacks of items as opposed to the max of 50 from a stack that was mentioned a few releases ago? I was not. I thought we had it set so it can only pull up to 50. That is good information. I'm marking that as a critical. PvP pulls full stacks, not 50. Yeah, that was the plan, was to have it so it can only pull 50. Because yeah, you can get like a stack of something that's 100,000 gold or something like that. Is some of the screenshots we'd seen when we finally made that change. And also it was making people do weird stuff like, I'm keeping all my little stacks separately, and it's a pain in the butt. Maxine, I'm streaming. Scoffer25. Question, how much time do devs spend playing on a non-dev client? I play like a non-dev without using cheat stuff. A fair amount. I do not play on a non-dev client. And again, some of it is just because, I play and I play and I play, and then I'll hear about something and I have to go investigate, and I don't want to have to log out of that client, log in a different client, and then go check on the bug. The GM client, if you don't pull up anything special, plays just like the other one does. It actually has a little worse performance than the player client. Krana C, question, ETA for raids, groups of groups. Trying for next release. I think it was mentioned Q2, any tech challenges with the raid. Really the challenge with raids is the how best to implement it, how best to present it to the players. We don't like one of those Richard things is he really doesn't like a super cluttered UI. And as soon as you get into raids, if you're going to have everybody's name who's in the raid on screen, that suddenly becomes a total nightmare in terms of how do we make it fit, how do we make it work into things. Uh, and again, one of the things that I would rather have, same importance to me is I want to be able to drag my name. Let me drag my name and drag people's name and arrange them. If we don't have that, we're definitely not going to have everybody's name with a health bar and all that type of stuff. And Lancel says, let it be our choice for the UI. That is actually, again, still on my list, is the scriptable UI for you guys. And that may end up being what we end up having. We may never do an interface for raids, and we just make it so it is groups of groups, which is the simplest for us to implement and probably simplest for you guys to understand. But we leave the UI to you guys, and if you guys want to modify things. Let's see. I just had, who is the tank? I have a challenge for you. Go kill Envy Angel and see how many times to kill it before it drops the bow. I actually just had somebody contact me. They may speak up. I will not out them, but they... let me scroll back here, so I can remember who it was that was telling me that. But somebody just messaged me about they killed the Envy Angel 2 times in a row and got 2 Envy bows. They were asking because they want to know what the odds of that happening were, which is about, again, it's 1 in 31 chance. It's about a 1 in 1,000 that you would get 2 back to back. Let's see. Oh, I'll out him. It's Applesauce Pants. If you need an Envy bow, go buy one off him because he got 2 back to back. Yeah, Soda Vespers, it says, please don't hold a raid system based on UI. If we can get the function and deal with the logistics later, it would be terrific. Yeah, and so my current plan for it, and again, we're going to have a meeting on this to try and nail down exactly what we're going to do, is that the raid is basically a way to do groups of group. You can have up, we may start it off at 4, we may do 8, but you put groups together and groups can join together. And what it'll do is you'll be able to treat them as if they're in your party. You'll be able to heal them. You'll be able to, whatever you can do to somebody in your party. If you're PvP and they're in your party, you won't hit them. Is another big one. That's actually part of where I prioritize this. Is I got invited to a pirate RP event, and I got slaughtered 100 times. And going back and watching the stream afterwards, I think every single person I attacked was on my side. But we didn't have any raids, and it was too hard to tell who was who and who was on the other side. So that's part of where that came from. So the raids will basically be groups of groups. Now, one of the things that even that sounds like, oh, well, that'll be simple. You just have somebody says, start raid party blah, and he can invite people to join his raid or invite groups to join his raid. So some of the challenges from that comes from things like, oh, well, here's this party's PvP flagged and this party is not PvP flagged. Can they still heal each other? Because then you start getting into all the PvP or exploits with those things. So that may be the same thing that happens with raids, is same stuff that happens with PvP and parties right now, where the whole party has to match. It may be the whole raid has to match. I wouldn't think that would be a big problem for people. Oh, let's see. L Beyond, did I skip somebody's question up here? Question, is there any way we could have guild wars that doesn't flag the whole guild for open PvP, but rather set your PvP status against the opposing guild? That's one of those that gets into that weird edge case problem that I was just talking about. The way it's really tough when you have a mix of PvP and non-PvP and you want to have them grouped. You get into a lot of the same edge conditions when you start doing the raid stuff. If you have conditional flagging of you versus other people. So the groups, that's the whole thing of, maybe you had 3 people in a group who are PvP and 3 who are not, and then like, okay, well, what are the rules for healing? Can they heal each other? Because if they can, that suddenly becomes a PvP exploit, and it becomes problematic for PvP and non-PvP. So what we have it doing is when you join a group, whoever created the group is the guy who sets the state. So if he was PvP, it's a PvP group. If he's not PvP, it's a non-PvP group. When people join in, they switch to be whatever the same state. So if you're non-PvP and you join a PvP group, you're flagged PvP. And that's so everybody in the group is of the same type. You're either all non-PvP or you're all PvP. It just gets around a lot of the edge cases. You start getting in the same problems with the guilds. If you have guilds and it's like, okay, well now I'm in a party of, me and 6 of my friends or whatever, and we're all going out together, and I'm in a guild that is in a guild war with somebody else, and then I see somebody from that guild, and it's like, hey guys, heal me, because I'm going to go fight that guy. You get into a lot of those same edge cases. We are looking at other ways of fixing that as we move forward and because we want guild raids to be an important thing, but it's just one of those things that has a lot of edge cases. And again, as I said earlier, and say at least 1 or 2 times a stream, I need to just get like a thing that flashes up that says on screen, this is why we can't have nice things, is there's going to be people who will exploit whatever edge cases they can find. So anyways, I think I'm way past time for a giveaway. You guys ready? Last chance. Anybody want to get in a last chance raffle? Anybody? Everybody in? About ready to close it? Prize any? Yes, for the new people. This is, again, as I try to get a little bit better at streaming every time, today I'm trying out a new raffling thing. If you do raffle, you will join in the raffle. And if you do exclamation mark raffle, just look in chat and you'll see what everybody in there is doing. You can enter the raffle, and I will be closing it in 15 seconds. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And then I'm going to do a giveaway here. This time I'm giving away a Titan statue 3-pack. It's a 2,000 crown giant set of statues that will piss off your neighbors. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Here we go. Drum roll, please. You guys ready? And... oh, tree walk. Are you guys really trying to get in there? All right, I'm going to open it up. Okay, it's open for 1 more second. Go ahead and you guys enter. Tree walk, enter. You guys are all entered in it already. Okay, I'm closing it. All right, here we go. All right, don't pick anybody I don't like. Oh, it's the guy's name I don't know how to say. USNC Online. University of Southern North Carolina. That's what I'm going with. USNC Online, you have won a Titan statue 3-pack, but you gotta tell me your name. Somehow. Feel free to message me in-game if you want, and I will mail it off to you. Let's see, is he outed himself? My name is Atos. You can communicate with me however you want to and tell me your name if you're embarrassed to say it on the stream. Aha! Maliki Tessum. Perfect. Coming up. Send mail. Let's see if I can get this right. MALAKIETESAM. Player not found. Buzz. copy and paste. Oh, I did mistype. Let's see. Statue. Nope. Titan. Wait, did I not actually finish buying it last time? Is that what's going on here? I think I didn't finish buying it last time. Buy. Purchase. Items are in my inventory. We'll see about that. Oh, yeah, there they are. Congrats, sucker. Yeah. And again, for anybody who's watched me over the last 2 weeks as I've been working on taking off my Twitch training wheels, I'll get better at this stuff, so this takes me a little less time and I can start planning ahead. Today was really more experimenting with this stuff, but I'm going to do another one. Let's see, what thing? Somebody was saying I should give out a lot. I'll make that my 4 o'clock. How about we do that? Let me see if I can find... Let's see, what's something I could give away here? That's pretty pricey. I don't want to give away that. Let's see. Now these lots are all too valuable. You guys aren't worth it. I'm kidding. Although it has been a while since anyone gave me bits. Plug, plug, plug. Let me see about homes. You know what? This is actually one of my... there we go. Now we're talking. Hex! Yeah, you got your money's worth. He's already got a prizening in his pocket. Yeah, this Adobe Brick 2-story, it's actually one of the ones I really like. And beats games, 69 bits, 69 dude, all the way. There's that reminds me, there's a new Bill and Ted adventure coming out. I was excited to see that for those of us who are old enough to remember when Bill and Ted's came out the first time. Tree Walk, yes, thank you for reminding me to go set a minimum number of bits you can give me and have it show up there. Thank you. Thank you, Tree Walk. Let's see, which of these things should I be giving away? The Observatory Village looks nice. Lancel, thank you. Let's see there, I just got to prompt you guys. Again, also, let me do the thing that's most important. Follow, 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 follow. If you have not followed, follow. I think I may actually have it set. It was an option. I think I may have it set so you have to have followed me to enter in the giveaway. Yeah, I think that's a rule. So I expect I'll get some followers out of you guys now. Let's see. What cool stuff could I give away here? I should shop for this stuff ahead of time, but this observatory home looks pretty cool. I don't think I've seen too many of those. It's kind of in the $50 price range I'm looking for. Is something like that to make a nice end of stream prize. Watermill Village House. That's another neat one. And it's for water lots. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. Aren't you guys buying this one? Oh, somebody's saying I should give out a Lich Totem. I'll tell you what, I'll give out a Lich Totem as well. Let me see what Lich Totems I have. Ooh, yeah, I know you want that one. Let me see if I can find... I'll give away a level... Ooh, I'll give away a level 2 Lich Totem in the prize as well as whatever cool thing I find here. Because some people care about one thing, some people care about another thing. I can't believe I haven't seen some of our houses. A little mini keep. That looks a little impractical, but that would be fun for like putting down like a pot. Just having a dedicated town lot to have that as kind of the courtyard battle area, training area. We need some more houses too. That's another thing that should be coming up. Travis, is Travis still online? Because he's got tons of time. He was going to make us some houses, right, Travis? Tons of time. Oh, I have not started allowing entries for all those guys who are spamming raffle. I got to pick a thing before I can allow. I got to pick a prize before I can allow raffle stuff to come in. I think I'm going to go with this Watermill Village house. It's you got to have a water lot, but there's quite a few of those out there. Watermill Village house plus totem. And ta-da! I have opened the raffle. I'll give away, that'll be a tier 2 totem because, as I was informed stream before last, apparently the loot isn't dropping off of tier 3 and above. So right now, if you do tier 3 and above on the Lich stuff, you get less, not more. I believe that's already fixed. Maybe somebody can confirm on QA. I'll go look, but let's see. And yeah, for today, for those who hadn't heard me talking, I think that I'm going to have, is there currency? Are you guys getting any currency? It doesn't look like anyone's getting currency. I'm going to have to figure, oh no, I think there's currency there. There is currency there. Okay, so people are getting currency. Looks like there needs to be currency. I need to figure out how to give you guys currency for watching. Points. Assign ranks based on points. Ooh, let's see. I thought it was just once every hour. Is that? Alright, I think I may have just changed it to be number of hours. I'll have to go watch a video some 12-year-old has made to explain this crap to me, but I think I've got it set so now you'll also get hours. It'll show you hours. Oh, but hours don't look like they turn into points. I'm going to have to go work on that part. But anyway, some of you have some currency. Carnivon got 50. I think that may have been somebody that subbed. Let me see. Yeah, I'll have to play with that a little bit more. Alright, so those who are just joining in, as I see now we're up to 155 viewers. Weird, I start giving away stuff and people start showing up out the woodwork. That's all good though, because again, it gets more people to join us and follow us, like Mermandamus, Samba. One. Thank you very much for the follow, and that's the real goal of these streams, is to expose people to some of the cooler features of the game, get people talking about the game, and also give you guys exposure to a dev who can hopefully answer questions or quite often. Oh, Zontrix MK aka Zon. Oh, I know Zon. Thank you for the sub. Man, now to tell you about the currency, and you guys are all excited about the subs. Let's see if you're on there now. Yep, you just showed up with 50 points. So apparently you get 50 points for a sub. I think you get 10 points for a follow. And I think you get 5 points for a raid, maybe? Is that what that is? I'll have to go back and look. But anyways, I'll experiment with that and see if we can do something next time. If I can figure out how to give you points per hours, because that's really what I want, is you guys to get points per hours. And then, like, for every hour you watch, you get, like, an extra coupon or whatever that you can enter into the raffle. Because that's my real goal, is to have that. Hey, Brown Coat Jason, thank you very much for the follow. Definitely a name I know for a long, long time. And I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure he was at the launch party. Hopefully you got a t-shirt. I'm hearing about people who did not get t-shirts. Uh-oh. Well, he is causing problems down there. Hey, little puppy dog. See if I can get him to just leave his nose out. Keeping the dog comfortable is the most important thing. There he is. But yeah, there's some people who went to the launch party who did not get a launch shirt. I was talking about giving some of those out, but I think I'm going to save those and make sure I can give those out to people who were actually at the launch party but did not get a shirt. I already found a couple people. I honestly don't remember where the shirts were located at. It may have been something like you had to come by the office and get them or something. So let me get back into a few more questions here. And I will probably have to get off pretty close to 4. Let's see. And yes, I'll probably say I'm going to call it at 4 o'clock. And that's when I'll do the final giveaway, where I give away this stunning, beautiful watermill village house. Look at that. I think the watermill thing turns too, probably. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say it turns. That's very cool. I like the roof. Probably not super practical inside. Densu, thank you very much. Another name I know very well. Yes, it turns, Lesney said. Yes, and you guys know more about my game than on a lot of this stuff than I do. I usually, if it's not buggy, I generally don't look at things that aren't that buggy. So apparently that doesn't have any bugs to it. So because I've never seen one. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Densu. And Zon. But yeah, I'm going to give away that, and then I'll give away Tier 2 Totem. So let me go find how to add the Tier 2 Totem thing. Hold on. I got to pull up my Unity and try not to crash. Man, there's like beeps coming in from everywhere. Oh, that's Undone, aka Dr. Bob, is setting up a prize bot for us on our internal stream, internal chat thing that we use. We do not use Slack. We use something called Mattermost, which is pretty much an exact Slack copy. But I am a cheap bastard, and I don't want to waste you guys' money on anything. So I actually moved us off of Slack and onto Mattermost, and it's been 100% totally fine, pretty much feature compatible. Oh, yes, there's somebody I need to unban. Hold on, there's somebody that's been banned for a long time, and I keep meaning to unban them, and I was just reminded to unban them. So hold on while I go and find this person and unban them. Doot 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 doot. Da 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 da. Oh, this interface is so bad. Aha, there we go. That person who wanted to be unbanned has been unbanned. And yeah, and if you were someone who got banned for something you did long ago and you're actually a fan of the game and maybe just said something inappropriate to stream and got banned, do contact me and let me know if you want to get unbanned. We definitely want people in there, and yeah, sometimes people say something out of context and another dev saw it and banned them. So yes, repent and your sins will be forgiven. Oh, it looks like some people are getting some t-shirts here. Oh yeah, I'm doing a horrible job once again plugging that. If you have joined the stream here recently, one of the things I do during the streams, I've been doing them, I'm going to keep doing them until I get rid of at least one full box of t-shirts, is if you live in the United States, sorry, it's really expensive to send overseas. Hey, Brandco Jason, thank you for the sub. And you buy an $85 crown package during my stream, I'll send you some swag. swag in the form of random stuff. Maybe I'll send you some Maxine art. I know you guys want that. But there's all sorts of little stuff back here. I've still got a couple of these Sodacon things. We've got some of these metal coins. Whoops, these are the Founders versions. We've got some non-Founder versions, though. I'm not giving away stuff that is like very exclusive type stuff that like the Founder backers got. That would suck. But like this is an example. It's an actual metal coin. I'm sure that Frank, Master of the Mint, was involved with helping us make those. But there's some cool challenge coins out there. There's some stickers. I've got a pile of stickers. I've got some non-signed cloth maps. I might jam in a few of them. But that's if you do $85, you'll get that. If you do two $85 packages during my stream and you live in the United States, and you can fit in either a small, medium, large, extra large, or the first two people, there's actually some triple XLs, but there's no 2XLs. If you buy two of the $85 packages, send me your address, United States, I'll ship you a t-shirt. And the first round of people that I did that for should have their stuff by now. The second round still needs to be taken to the post office, but it's packaged up. The third round has been, I'm still missing a few addresses. But anyways, you guys should be getting all of your stuff here pretty quick. And yay, that's why I really love the Absolom 18 follow. Again, trying to expand our string size. And yes, Remy Therentha, soda equals Atos backwards. Just like Sony EQ equals Kanos. It took me forever. I didn't know that's why Kanos was named Kanos, but that was Sony EQ backwards, yeah. Let's see. And all the people who are getting shirts now, I'm going to email you at the email address that you have things signed to, so make sure and check. I quit trying to do it during the stream because it was too distracting, and also it was too tough to keep track of as like the different things came in. I wanted to make sure I had some type of paper trail, and I don't get much of a paper trail doing it through game. But let me get back and do a few more questions here. We got about 20 minutes left here before I'm going to try to call it a day, and then for the final thing I'll give out prizes. And all I'm doing is answering questions and not actually playing. At some point I'll get caught up on you guys, and you guys will have all your questions answered, right? And then I'll actually be able to come in and do a play session. So President of the Earth, it sucks for the others, but you could bump up the Kodo amount needed. Actually, what I was thinking about doing, I'm trying to figure out, this is, again, I got to work on that. Someone mentioning the whole it sucks being overseas and not being able to take part in it. Whoa, thank you, Zon. 1,000 bits. Yeah, you're getting in the competition going for the month there. But people overseas, it's really expensive to send. I was actually thinking of doing something like if you buy two, just like the other guys, and then you send me, 3,500 crowns or something, that works out to about $30 shipping, because that's about what it costs to send a t-shirt, unless I can find a cheaper way to do it. But I'll look into it, because that would be a great thing if you guys could just, like, you buy the packages just like everybody else, but then you send me some crowns, and that pretty much works out as an even deal for us. Because I don't want to do like the whole, like, you got to do like a support ticket or whatever. That's a pain. And besides, that would have to go to the support email, and we all know how effective that is right now. Good news, though, the support person is coming back on Thursday, I think. They'll be back and able to start picking up on support tickets again. All right, back to questions. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's something else I could do, is if I can sign a map. Yes. Atos. I can practice my signature on a few maps, because we do have some extra cloth maps. I'm not going to send any Richard signed ones. We have a very limited number of those, and we wanted to keep that very limited. But my signature doesn't have quite the value of Richard's. And yeah, I could probably do some of just the normal maps signed by me. Maybe I can get Maxine to come sign it too. Ellie Bone 86 question, just out of curiosity, around how many new hairstyles will be added with episode 2? Also, will there be new facial hair? That's one of those that it gets asked enough that I'm gonna guess we're gonna end up adding more hairstyles than we didn't originally planned. It's really time consuming to add hairstyles. It's really, really, really tough to make them look good at all. We really wish we had a better hair solution. So it's one of those things, we hate spending too much time on it just because we know the results will still be modest at best. As I'm here with my... I mean, it's not horrible hair, but it's not like it's super sexy and bouncy and all. Oh man, I'm falling way behind here. Airborne Stinger follow, thank you very much. Again, we love the follows. And now you gotta follow because you can't get into the prizes unless you follow. Gravity 42, 300 bits, thank you very much. He's also one of the guys I'm sure that's in the top 10 and has been on, I think, pretty much every stream. You moved up to number 5. That's good. Stay ahead of Scooby and T-Branch. Keep some pressure on those guys. Artemis, again, thank you. For 100 bits. And Sinash Casagal, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank everyone. Thank everyone for who's on the stream. And again, for those who don't know how a lot of this stuff works, the more people you have on the stream, the more people you get watching the stream, the more likely you are to show up in the browse stuff. And each one of these streams, I'm seeing at least 50 people who got here through browsing rather than direct link or coming from our webpage or coming from Discord. I mean, I love seeing all the guys coming from Discord and from links on our page and all that stuff, but the things I love the most are the browsing, because that's someone who's new, who's coming to the game, who is experiencing the game for the first time. And of course, as I was just mentioning, that's one of the things I have to work on is everybody who's been coming to the game just sees a dev standing with his nose in the corner, not actually doing anything. Because I'm talking to you guys. But I'm going to try to do a little better and get some, spend a little less time talking. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was the level 6 room I think I had up. Of course, I'm in God mode, so I'm not too worried about it. Man, you're cranking out the art there. Maxine, here, Maxine, say... Aw, thank you, me7777, and thank you, Zero, for the follows. Man, you're going through that glue pretty quick. I've got another glue stick if you run out. That's pretty cool, Pumpkin, but I gotta get back to my stream. Maxine, guess how many people are watching? 163. What? They want the prizing. But yeah, so the more people that come in the stream, the more they get exposed to it, the more they can see things. For those who are, I'll do a little bit of salesy pitch time here. For those who don't know what they're looking at here, oh, sharpshooter ankled me. This is a player-made dungeon. This is actually a dungeon style like that you guys can make and you can put in dungeon. You can build these dungeons yourself. For those who don't know, there's hallways and they connect, kind of snap together. That's actually what I planned on doing on my stream today before I got caught up talking again, was going and building the dungeon while you guys watched. But you can build the dungeon, you can put encounters in it. The encounters actually have loot. You can level up the encounters by going and farming those creatures and farming essences from them. For this last release, the release that's live right now, there's only the liches. There's only lich encounters. There's one lich encounter that's pretty much a proof of concept, so we can figure out a few things that we actually got out early that wasn't supposed to be until next release. So next release, which is a whopping 3 days away. Oh, which reminds me of another thing. Next release is a whopping 3 days away. Will bring in 2 more categories of creatures and rooms. and I'm setting things up so I can put these rooms, I can spawn them much more quickly now. But there will be, should be 4 rooms, we'll see. On launch day there'll probably be 0 because I'm still testing right now. But there will be, I've already done the 2 creature types and done a little testing on those guys, which is trolls, and also kobolds. So there's kobolds that go up to tier 20 on a couple of the different, I think the brawlers and the gunners maybe go up to tier 20 on the kobolds. The trolls, there's actually probably the new toughest thing in the game is probably the tier 6 troll boss that'll be in there, who it will be challenging to see what people do for him. Again, this is stuff where you have to work to level it up, so I want to make sure if you are really working hard to level things and get it tough, that it's pretty tough. So I think the troll will be one that the tier 6, I say this every time I make one of these, but it'll be unkillable. I'm going to zone to Minerva here because maybe she's showing something cooler than I'm doing right now. I don't even know where she is. Spectral Peaks. Oh, she's probably doing the spider fight. But anyway, so those were the player-made dungeons. You guys can build those dungeons. Some players have some 1,000+ point dungeons, like dungeons with 1,000 pieces in them. Oh, yep, and this is pretty much what I thought. Again, trying to find some more interesting looking stuff here for players. So when people join the stream and they're watching me, they can actually say, hey, there's a game, and it's not just a guy who stands and stares at a wall or sits at dinner parties. So I'll try to do this more in the future, is find people I can go and harass, so that there's interesting stuff to see. For those who haven't seen this fight, which there's probably quite a few, let me GM ghost myself and slew. For those who haven't seen this fight, it is, looks like they probably, yeah, they already killed Mama Spider. This is a Mama Spider with her babies fight. And this is uses one of the mechanics that was added 2 releases ago, I think. And it is, the Mama Spider is tough, like pretty darn tough. Some really deadly poison, but she's really slow, and she has 20 babies around her. And the babies, if you kill the babies, the mama gets both faster and much tougher. So you have a choice. There's a couple different ways you can do it. It looks like they did it the way that I pretty much intended and designed it to be done, which is you kill the mama, you ice kite, slow kite the babies without killing them, and focus on the mama and kill the mama spider. Uh-oh, we have a glue stick problem.
Look how much there is.
Yeah, that's okay. I've got another glue stick if you go through that one.
See?
Don't extend it too far because it'll break off.
Oh, I see some black.
Yeah.
That means.
Oh, that means that's okay. That's all you got left. So we'll have to get a new glue stick. Yeah, you can go through that glue. Anyways, again, I don't have Maxine home too often. This is one of the days I do have Maxine home. My 5-year-old, my amazing 5-year-old, who's very good at entertaining herself. So yeah, so the fight, you can do it one of 2 ways. One, you can just brute force it and try and stand and kill them all, kill all the babies, and then fight Mama, who will now be super duper buffed and fast and resistant and everything tough. Or you can do it the way it was designed, which is with a team effort, where some people kite the baby spiders without killing them. The mama is actually slower than the babies, and you can pull the mama off and have people fighting the mama while the babies are being led around without killing the babies, and then kill the babies. That is what I believe is the easiest way to do it. Hey, Torque Official, yay! Thank you for the sub, Torque Official. So anyway, so this is one of the fights I added recently, and again, I'd hope to be adding a fight every release, but as I think most people know, we had a couple of exciting changes happen. One by choice, one not by choice. The not by choice one was we had to move our game servers and move them into a new data center because our old data center was acquired by a different data center, and we were going to have to move the machines They were going to make us move the machines. We had the option of either moving them within that data center or moving them to a different data center, and we decided to go with a different data center just because there were some things we didn't like about the current one, and we were having a lot of packet loss issues there. And that was a huge time sink. And then, but fortunately, I don't even think people noticed we moved servers, except that our connection got better. But then we also had the office thing. So the office thing being we don't have an office. We get to work from home, which is amazing. I think it's more amazing than some of the other team members to enjoy a little more social time. But Tuesday is our team lunch and our team meeting, so we'll be seeing people tomorrow. Let's see. Christ Palad, can you add in Lord British saying you have mail for when you get new mail? You've got mail. Let's see. A bounty system for bosses each day with a new currency to earn. That's one of the things we've talked about doing, is having special loot bundles. This would be, again, we look for things that's low-hanging fruit, easy for us to implement, easy for us to put in the game, that don't unbalance things but give you guys a reason to go around and do stuff. And that's one of the ones that I've talked about, is making it so the first time you kill a different set of creatures, like a boss mob, like the spider, the first time you get the killing blow on the boss mob spider, if it's first time that day, you get extra cool loot. So you get like basically a double loot bundle. And encouraging players, well, one, it encourages players to group up, which is something we really love, because that's what keeps you guys in games, is groups and guilds. But the other thing is, like, then you're encouraged to, like, all go around. It's like, you better get the killing blow because you haven't killed them yet, and we gotta get them. And it encourages some of that, like, kind of game, metagame stuff within the game, like, you know, trying to get the other people to get the kills and not always be the guys to get the kills. Because we all know that in most parties there's usually the one guy who does half the damage. I'm looking at you, Rada Torment. Actually, it's pretty good group. Farron's there, and Arca's there as well. I'm sure Minerva contributes, but if I had to take a guess, Minerva's not getting too many of the kills. But yeah, so it encourages that little metagame. So the other thing, then it encourages to do things like, you guys could come here, these guys could be here, and they could kill this boss mob, you know, 6 times, 1 per person here. Oh, and Alexander John is also here, and he's another guy that I'm sure ends up doing all the killing. Oh, everything just spawned, so I'll get to watch another fight here. But then, yeah, then it also encourages you to move around. There's now an extra reason to go kill the spider, you know, come to Spectral Peaks, then go to the Rise, and then go to the Fall, and then go and kill the dragons in Blood Bay, and then go, you know, it encourages you to do all those things because you get extra bonuses the first time each day. Let's see. I'll put down a mark that's another thing, because that is one of those things I've thrown around a number of times that I think introduces a bunch of new play mechanics. It's kind of like a daily quest is one of the things that lots of people have requested as well, is having a daily quest system where you can go do it. And we have a few kind of semi-ghetto daily quest type things that you can go around and talk to the criers and stuff like that, but not quite the same, or the Oracle. Not quite the same as a full daily quest for high-level players who want some extra cool stuff. Let's see. Does the day start at 12:01 a.m.? Myrmidamus. I do not know how we would do it. I'm not a fan of the actually 24-hour stuff whenever we do timers on things. I'm more the fan of the, you can't do it within 16 hours of the last time you did it. So, yeah, there's guys out there that'll game it and they'll make sure and they log in every 16 hours. But I prefer to have people not have to worry about what time and sitting there like trying to do the other things. Anybody who, this of course will really show how old I am. Anybody who played Trade Wars 3000 or Trade Wars 2002, I forget which one. That's the old days in the BBS. Yeah, there'll be some old people here speaking up, where you dial in on your modem and you play Trade Wars on the bulletin board system. Anyways, showing my age. Trade Wars, a text-based game, yes. But that was one of those things that was always the thing, is you got to play at midnight, the turns would reset. And so the challenge was, most of these BBSs were single line, like single phone line in. What's wrong?
This is all that's
All right, Maxine. Well, I'm telling a story. I can fix that for you in a little bit here. I'm going to get off in about another 10 minutes. So, okay. Oh, but the thing was everybody would get in, try to log in, and be the guy who was logged into the server, into the BBS at midnight, because they only had one line, and if you were on there, the other guy couldn't be on there. And then you'd stay on, take your turn just before midnight, and then you'd wait until after midnight, and you'd take your next turn. So you'd get 2 turns, like back to back, and that's a big deal. It's kind of like if you were playing like Risk or something, and you got to have 2 turns back to back. I mean, that's like freaking ginormous. So, anyways, again, going back to the old school, dating myself stuff. I actually ran a multi-line BBS back in the day. And I think we're seeing the piling up of creatures here, as I mentioned before, kind of the strategy that I designed the fight for is one person goes out and runs all the baby spiders. Here they come by me. Oh, look out for the spiders, Maxine!
Dad, did you forget I'm not in the game yet?
Oh, you're not in the game yet. That's right. I need to get Maxine in the game. But eventually the mama spider will pop out here. Looks like they've had a few deaths here, but this is in my opinion, the easier way to do this fight. Yeah, of course, Richard, Kinga, his kids, Kinga and Ronan, are in the game, but we told him if he was going to put his kids in the game, they had to be killable. Because that's one of those things we always are at war with Richard about, is him always wanting to make children killable, is to make it an ethical challenge. I keep telling him, though, don't make children killable. That's like nobody cares anymore. They've done it a million times. Now you got to make it like dogs. You got to have like a cool dog that is killable. Way more emotional. Anyways, I'm going to answer a few more questions here, and then I'm going to do a drawing, and then I'm going to get off. Okay, so next time I'll be on, I should be on tomorrow afternoon as well, hopefully. And I'm going to do the dungeon building thing that I said I was going to do, and I will do a little less question answering. I will do prizing, but I'll try to actually focus on building a dungeon for you guys. Maybe I'll even do it on QA with some new things. We'll see. Let's see. Hogelboomer question: are we getting a Jira list? Uh-oh. Somebody's messing with my camera. Are we getting a Jira list for the QA build? Don't do that. You're messing up my camera. Yeah, we probably haven't done the list. That's actually supposed to be on one of the things I do. Again, just because Star has been insanely overloaded on the stuff he's done for years. Been trying to hand off more and more stuff. Yes. Mojito actually loves Maxine, even though he's a small dog with little thin legs. Maxine is amazing around Mojito and has never really hurt him. Not even as much as me. I'm always stepping on his toes and stuff and making him angry. Let's see. Yeah, so I need to get a Jira list out for you guys. Let's see. Radicus 2K question: how about a scale UI slider? I run in 4K and some stuff is just too small. That one is one of those that's tough, but I think that Joaquin Wizard Smoke might have had a way that he could come up with that he could actually make it happen. It's one of those that's just tough based on how the UI was created. For those who don't know, the Unity for years promised a UI system that was the amazing UI system that'd be awesome and great. And they, for like 2 years plus, they didn't deliver one. And so we continued using the old non-built-in system that is not quite as cool in GUI for those who out there who care. But that's been on, again, obviously GUI is one of the big things we need to work on, both quality and also trying to figure out what's going on out here now, what the plan is. Yeah, that's if we do the UI, the programmable UI, where we can hand it off to you guys, that'll probably be done under the new system. We'll just kind of make that our reboot from scratch, and the two can live together. but that system does not handle UI scaling very well. It's also one that it's like a lot of code, and we've had to make tons of fixes to it ourselves because we can't wait for them to make fixes. And we're kind of at the point where it's really, really, really tough. It's a week's worth to integrate their code changes into ours when they update their NGUI library. So even if they added the feature, we probably couldn't get it in there. Let's see. Mojito Angry is difficult to imagine. No, he'll get feisty if you challenge him. He'll do the pouncing back and forth. When you get him worked up, he definitely gets in there. Yeah, and Jira, for everybody, I think that you can tell the guys who've been on the stream a long time or watched the game for a long time, we talk about it all the time. So much we just assume everyone knows what Jira means. That is the bug tracking system we use. It's really it's more of a ticketing system we use it for our task tracking and our bugs and the other things, and we just mark them like this is a bug, this is a task, and we prioritize them and can assign them and track the whole history of them. Those are the fun ones, is tracking which are the oldest Jiras that are still open to this day. Since we're talking about it, you know what? I'm gonna go check that out. I'll see what the oldest still open Jiras are left in the system. Let's see. There's a bunch created this week. Oh. Let's see. Status. Open, in progress, reopened. Let's see. Here's a good one. This is, it's actually on Undone, but it's not really his. It's been handed to him. This Jira was created in July 29th, 2014. So that one's nearly as old as Maxine, to give you an idea. This is storage chest specific permission levels. In case you're wondering what one of the oldest bugs in the game is, that are tasks in the game that has not been completed, and that it's a mega task that has all these subtasks underneath it, so it's a little deceptive. Let's see. Here's one AI and Dust Elemental AI work from December 15th, 2014. Let's see. Ooh, there's a marriage task in here from March 18th, 2015. You can see a lot of these are things that, like, they sound cool, but like the marriage thing, that sounds cool, but it's a lot of work for a very small audience. I'm sure is why Star has punted it and deprioritized it a number of times. But that would be marriage code in game, so you can actually get legally married in game. All right, looks like Arca's kiting some. When does the boss spawn? Waiting for the boss to spawn here. Oh, and if you see some of these people getting hit, I'm pretty sure that's poison, although that makes me realize poison, the spider poison there, if you saw the text fly off of him, I'm sure that was spider poison, not lag. But it looks like he got cover protection from poison. We do have cover protection, and it's from the source to the target is what it looks at. And we have to flag things that only apply or can't use cover. And so that looks like that's a bug right there that I need to write up right now, which is spider poison using cover. And I was hoping we can get in one more fight here before I called it a day. Pixel Mode Chris, Antrax Artec, he has said he wants to go over all the stuns and bludgeon, no time frame yet. Yeah, and I'd meant to get the bludgeons in for this release. I still have it sitting in a change list. and have not had time to get to it. Again, it's one of those things, like I got time to stream and I got time to ship boxes to people, but I mean, really, it's all those things I have to weigh the time for it. I really want to get the bludgeon stuff in, but I'm also trying not to rush it in. As I've mentioned before, that's one of the things I'm really trying not to do anymore is rush in big changes like that, because it is tough to take things away from you guys once something is in there if it's too powerful. So that's why I'm trying not to rush it. I wish I had more time, but again, to me, the most important thing is, number one, above all else, times 100, is the getting more and more players into the game. And I think streaming is an important part of that. As I mentioned, I've had more than 500 browses just like in the last week of people who never didn't click on the game, just joined the stream without coming here from one of our links or from a Discord link or something. So anyways, where's Mama Spider? Minerva says, why does this spider take so long? That is a good question. I'm going to go look at that right now. Spectral Peaks. Mama Spider takes too long to respawn. And what I would expect is that she would be like maybe 3 minutes longer than the kids, than the spider children, because if not, you can get into this weird case of, like, you know, you've got them off spawn, so mama spider spawns and there's no baby spiders, and we don't want that, because then that ends up with some, you know, impossible fight situations, because mama shows up and she's super angry because there's no kids around, because it's really the kids that calm her down. Yes, I will look into that. I would think it should be like a couple of minutes longer than these guys, but it looks like it's probably more like 2 times as long.
Dad,
Yes, dear? Today's present for Mom Day? Oh, I see. Let's see. Ehonda's question, since attenuation was introduced, have there been thoughts about revisiting places that were nerfed like Deep Ravenswood? I didn't know Deep Ravenswood was nerfed so much. I think it was actually nerfed, not in terms of each thing gives less, but I think there's fewer critters in there. But yeah, I mean, that's going back and revisiting a lot of those scenes. The plan starting R65 is hopefully we're going to get back in the groove after a couple months of adjusting, leaving behind office, adjusting to working at home, trying to also adjust to new schedules and everything else, get all the servers and everything moved. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get back in the groove of every release, me adding a couple new bosses and me looking at old scenes and doing a polish pass. I'm sure that List will also be doing the same. And that's when I know that's kind of a classic scene, the Deep Ravenswood. That's used to be like everybody, like you'd look at where everybody was. That's before there was upper tiers. That was upper tiers back in the good old days. So yeah, and that's, everybody knows Deep Ravenswood was the place to be. Which usually when you hear that, that means one thing. That means that it was out of whack balance wise. I think the other thing we need to add after watching these guys do this is we need to add a everybody gets a pedometer. I'm a Fitbit guy here. This would be great if you guys had a pedometer so you could see how much you've moved in a day. Just keep track of it per session and log it. Pretty sure Ark has put in about 5 miles here. I'm going to add that in because that'll take me about 15 minutes to implement. Pedometer per session. Yes. Let's see. Oh, and Deep Ravenswood. Let me put that on there. I'll try and make Deep Ravenswood the next map I hit for my R65 map cleanup. Yeah. Do I want to join your dance party? I do, but I need to wrap up my stream, which means I need to do one more prizoning, and then I'll come join your dance party. Yeah, I'm going to a girls' dance party. Deep Ravenswood rework to bring back the gusto. I'm not even sure what that means, but anyways, you know what time it is, guys? It is time. Well, actually, hold on a second. It's time for the raffle. If you haven't joined in, make sure and join in. But I need to go find the totem lich. You know what? I'm going to do a tier 3 totem because that'll be fixed in a few days. Don't mind me just looking up the exact archetype name for that thing so I can cheat. And we will see. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get to show the boss fight here because it looks like it's going to take forever for the mama to respawn. To stream the dance party. That's a good idea. I'm not sure I have a long enough USB cable to do that, though. The frame rate will be better at her dance party. Ouch. Oh, and I'm getting lots of stuff here. Kathy888. Follow. Gravity 42. 100 bits. List Rostov 100 bits. List Rostov 100 bits. Yeah, paying his own lunch. There you go. Let's see. I'm going to give Mama Spider 2 more minutes to spawn here, and if she doesn't spawn in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to do my giveaway and call it a day. Oh, look, you can see the rack server over there since somebody bumped my camera. It's the rack server I still need to get set up with a new motherboard. Speaking of having a million things to do.
Oh, and Dad, I'm getting the dance party set up.
You're getting the dance party set up? Okay. She actually does the, she has a snake that's covered with like little sequins that reflect, and she gets lights, and she'll either use the sunlight coming in and it'll reflect off and put all different colors, kind of like a disco ball. So when she says dance party, she goes all out for her dance parties. She does that. She's got her music picked out. All right, Mama Spider is not going to spawn. I think we're going to do the thing. Oh, I just got Viper Mortale 100 bits and Light Tiger 8. What's with the 8s? Light Tiger 8 for the sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love the subs. And still no Mama Spider. Maxine does a sad trombone now. Whenever something happens that makes her sad, she goes, wah, wah, wah. She didn't know what it was, but apparently her teacher at school started doing it, and she started copying her, but she didn't know it was officially called the sad trombone. All right, enough teasing. Time to get the prize. I got the prizes already in my inventory. Baby spider, do 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 do. Baby spider. Yeah, we do. We sing baby whatever songs all over the place here. Giveaway time. You guys ready? Give you 10 seconds there. If anybody hasn't done raffle, you have to be following me. I'm bribing you. And I'm going to close it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is closed. Now for the drum roll, please. And I'm going to have to teleport to my house. Oh, this is also the point where I need to tell you guys. Oh, man, I keep forgetting to tell you all the important stuff. Again, $85. If you buy the $85 crown package during my stream or for like maybe an hour afterwards, I think last time I let it go until 5 Texas time, 45 minutes from now. If you buy the $85 package and you're in the U.S., I'll send you a coin and some other swag. If you are like a physical coin, if you buy 2 $85 packages, I will send you a t-shirt. We have 3XL, a bunch of XLs, and then we have large, medium, smalls, tons of those. but I will send you a t-shirt if you buy 2 of those during my stream as a special thing. And I'll have to write you to get your address and what shirt size you want, all that. So make sure and check your email. The other thing that I keep forgetting to plug. Speaking of buying crowns, is now's the time to buy crowns, because as we've been trying to be super open about, we had that crown sale that was on basically to the end of the year that went entirely too long as we were getting ready to do the transition to the crown store. We didn't want to completely shut that off because we knew that that would be painful for us and painful for you guys. So we've been doing the reduction each release. Guess what? It's about to be another release, and we're reducing that sale again. So this will be the last release where you can get the crown package for $85. It'll be going up probably the same amount it went up last time. So now is the time to go buy your crowns, and if you do it in the next 45 minutes and you buy 1 of them, you can get a coin, and if you buy 2 of them, you can get a t-shirt. And they're pretty cool t-shirts. I don't think we have any of this particular one, but we've got I've got 3 or 4 different styles I need to clear out. So oh, something just happened. Scooby-Doo! 200 bits. Thank you very much, sir. I'm still wearing the gear you made me too. And still no Mama Spider. They're sad. Okay, so I've now drawn that out long enough. So again, reminder, crown prices going up on Thursday morning when the build goes live. So definitely, if you want to get in, probably in the next couple days, I'll probably do a stream the next 2 days as well. Jump on one of my streams, and that's a great time to pick one up before the crown prices go up. So here we go. You guys ready? I'm about to pick the winner. Have I added enough drama? Airborne Stinger, you are the big winner! You! Airborne Stinger! I don't think I've heard that name before. Airborne Stinger, you gotta get me a name. Watch, they're probably like AFK and just have it open in like one of 27 windows in the background at work. Oh, nope, he's actually knows he's won. That's good. I like it when they actually are aware that they won. All right, I'm going to go send you your stuff right now. I'm going to go to my cheater level because it loads pretty quick. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Next time, you know what my next stream tomorrow will be? My next stream tomorrow is going to be building dungeons and singing. So you can look forward to that. Aragorn Lancermane confirmed. Here we go. Let's see. You, sir, get a Lich Totem. Congrats, sucker. And let's see, did I get the Watermill? Here, I'll just send you that instead. You want that one instead? No, I'm kidding. That one right there. Bam, buying it. It's in my inventory. Make sure to go use the crown shop. Oh, that's right, we got to turn off the buffs for that thing too. Watermill Village Home right there. Bam. Aragorn Lancermane, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Thanks to everybody out there for supporting the stream. That has now been sent. Oh, it looks like I get a private message thing from you. So I am going to get off now and end the stream. You guys, if there's anybody out there who's a streamer, make sure you got your stream up, because in about 30 seconds, I'm going to go raid somebody. Again, thank you guys so much for supporting the project, for coming and hanging out in these chats and giving me feedback. It looks like I got 9 JIRs today, and a couple of them I'm going to do right now. Like fixing spider poison for cover and Mama Spider taking too long to respawn. Sorry about that, party mates, Minerva, Rada, Fair, Vero, and Arca. I did not realize that it was that long. Again, these are some things where, because devs and limited time, we don't get to see how real players do, what they run into and the problems they run into. And that's one of those, like, I've tested that fight a number of times, and I've tested, like, even pulling in some other devs to help me test it and pulling in some players to help me test it. But I don't think I've waited around for a respawn. It's like, oh, that worked how I expected it to work. So yeah, so it's good to get these real player experiences like that, and that's part of why I like these doing the live streams. So again, I think I've now stalled long enough so people have had a chance to get out and make sure their stream is up if they want to be rated. Let me find the... see who's out there streaming. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. Let's see. Torque official. Let's see. I was hoping Elgarion would be out here live. I keep meaning to get him. He's been helping out, and I've been passing him by the last few times. I'll get you next time, Elgarion, because you're not live on mine right now. Torque, I haven't done you in a while. I'm not sure if I've done you. Then I have done Sheldon, Cooper, and Scameron. So, Torque, I think you are today's winner. I just did... I would do Scameron good game, but I'm pretty sure I just did him within the last few days, so I am going to be doing Torque today. Raid. Torque totally has nothing to do with the fact they just gave me a sub. Torque official, here we go. Get ready for the raiding. Raid. Getting ready. Alright, I'm about to end the stream, guys. Thanks so much for all the support, all the feedback, all the patience on things like with shipping and this type stuff. Hopefully you'll be seeing more and more of those boxes disappear over the next few weeks. A few of them have disappeared already. Not nearly enough, but yeah, it's taken a lot of time. But again, thanks so much. Release is on Thursday morning, number 64. And that's also when the crown prices will be going up. And I will continue doing the t-shirt and coin special for U.S. customers only. And I'm going to figure out for real what it's going to take to get stuff to people in Europe so I can start shipping you guys stuff and you guys can take advantage of that. I'll try to have that worked out for my next stream. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. And raid! Raid!